Today we're doing a review of this, the Troubadour Pioneer Backpack 3.0. I reviewed over 300 backpacks on this channel, so I'm gonna take that knowledge and give you the honest pros and cons of this bag. We're gonna pack it out, and in case you're not quite feeling it, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this video where I'll make some alternative bag recommendations that are similar but a little bit different, so you can find the bag that best suits your needs. Let's talk about the gist of the Troubadour Pioneer Backpack 3.0. Apologies to Troubadour, if I can't pronounce your name right. Because it's a very sophisticated name, and that's what Troubadour does. I'm gonna try not to do the British accent this whole review, but it's gonna come out every now and then. Troubadour is a British company known for making sophisticated bags and carry gear. And this is the 3.0 version of the Pioneer, sort of their everyday carry / light travel / gym bag. And it's got a pretty interesting feature set. Let's run through them. We've got a flat bottom that gives the bag the ability to self-stand, a ventilated shoe compartment at the bottom, one external water bottle holder, one little teeny tiny circular side pocket that's so adorable, sort of a half zip opening, a main compartment with a ton of pockets and organization, side access tech compartment, a zippered shoulder strap pocket with some expansion designed for your phone, which I will have some thoughts on, and a luggage pass-through holder that allows you to carry your bag on your trolley handle vertically. The Pioneer Backpack 3.0 currently comes in 3 color options. This is the Obsidian Green. Now the capacity is 23 liters, which is either a larger everyday carry or a smaller travel bag, or a great size for like a personal item that goes underneath the seat in front of you. The dimensions being, we got a height of around 18 inches, 12 inches width, and the base depth pretty chunky. We're looking at about 7.5 inches. Troubadour claims this bag weighs 2.5 pounds. We're getting 2.6 pounds on scale number 1, and again 2.65 pounds on scale number 2. Because of the bag's design, it maintains its shape whether it's empty or fully packed out. This is the bag when it's empty, and this is the bag when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation squad. I'm 5'8", and our media manager Margaret is 5'2". And yeah, we're gonna pack out this bag throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Troubadour bags are protected by their 5-year warranty against manufacturing defects. And you also get a return policy that's good for the first 100 days of owning the product. And for all that, this bag runs around $275 US. And if at any point in this review you're thinking to yourself, by George, I'd be utterly delighted to add the Troubadour to my everyday carry collection, and you're gonna make a purchase, or you wanna find out more information, we do recommend that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about the front of the Troubadour Pioneer Backpack 3.0. And when you look at the front of any bag, you're gonna get like, it's the aesthetic. It's like, what's the vibe of the bag? And this bag for me is just like sophistication with a bit of luxury at a more accessible price point than like some other luxury brands. That's what Troubadour, I hope it's how it's pronounced, does so well, I think, is making these sort of luxury goods that there's clearly demand for, but also adding some sneaky functionality in them. Now, one thing that gives it the luxurious look, I think, is this metal logo right here, but also the primary fabric. Now, there's good news and bad news regarding this fabric. The good news is it's just beautiful. It's got a gorgeous aesthetic to it, a little bit of a shine, smooth to the touch while still having some like durability and ruggedness to it. And it's thick too, like you can definitely feel like it's gonna be abrasion resistant. The bad news though is that Troubadour is a little vague on the details. They claim it's a Forte-weave, spun from recycled plastic bottles for lightweight waterproof carrying. I googled Forte-weave, I couldn't find out any information about it. I just always appreciate it when brands have like more information on their website available to the public. So when you're spending $300 on a backpack, you just feel more educated about what it is that you're actually buying. But according to Troubadour, the fabric is tear resistant and that water resistance is amplified by a fluorocarbon-free waterproofing, which yet again, I just don't know what that means. Hopefully soon on their website, they'll have more information so we can get in the know. Now from there, let's talk about this quick access pocket in the front. Now this front pocket is protected with a 5RC YKK PU coated zipper. YKK makes the best zippers in the game, and PU coated, that's this glossy coating right here. It adds additional weather resistance as it blocks the rain. But PU coated zippers, no matter the bag or the brand that's using them, they can peel over time. Just depends on your use case, how much sun exposure it gets, so just keep that in mind. Love Troubadour's leather pull tab here. It's actually vegan leather trimmings. It just kind of adds that luxurious feel. And you can see when we're in here, it's a pretty basic pocket. All we have in here is a keyring. Keyring itself is a metal hardware, which is nice. It adds to the vibe. And this fabric is just really nice. This internal lining, God, I love that. Yet again, Troubadour with the luxurious feel, and they're really doubling down on that. Given the location of this pocket and the access, it's a pocket you want to swing around and grab things that you want quickly. So good spot for the keys. Let's see how big the actual compartment is. Can it fit my over-the-head Sony headphones? I don't know if it will. Ooh, it kind of does. It's a tight fit, but they'll fit. That's about it for the front. Now the middle section is gonna be a bit beefier, so strap in for this one. Let's talk about the middle. The Troubadour Pioneer Backpack 3.0. Side number one, we got a water bottle holder, and it should be noted that the side panels above the water bottle holder and above the pocket on the other side are that vegan leather, which I just love. I love any bag that sort of uses two primary fabrics and sort of plays them off of each other. And this mystery fabric mixed with the vegan leather, they're just very nice. This pocket is kind of, it's cute, it's weird. It's cutely weird. Yet again, it's a PU-coated YKK zipper, and inside the pocket, we have this little gusset right here, made from an elastic material, power mesh to be specific, and the lining of this pocket is a microfiber fabric. Microfiber is great because it's scratch resistant, which means it's a good spot for things that you don't want to get scratched. Good spot for your phone. This is an iPhone 13. You can see nice fit there, and also being on the side, you get quick access. But we're gonna save the phone for the phone pocket on the shoulder strap. So instead, it could be a good spot for your sunglasses. Yeah, it's nice actually. Fabric has a bit of padding to it. Being on the side, it's not gonna be pressed against your body. You might risk like slamming it into the side of something, but more or less, I feel pretty safe with my sunglasses being in there. Side number two, water bottle holder. Let's do a little testing, shall we? I got a 22-ounce Columbia, nice fit. You can see that the water bottle holder has some expansion right here with this elastic part. Taller 22-ounce Earthwell also fits nicely. And the 1-liter Yeti should also fit, that's very nice. I will admit the water bottle holder is slightly short, a little bit extra height would make me feel a little bit more secure in the security of the water bottle, but then we would have been compromising access to the main compartment. Everything on a backpack is a give and a take. It's hard to make all this work. But if you use a shorter water bottle, I feel like that's gonna be in there pretty securely. All right, let's talk about the bottom, which like I said is flat, and this is great. If there's one thing I love about a backpack, it's the ability to self-stand. The whole like, it falls forward and I gotta lean it on a wall every time I stop. It's cumbersome and it's exhausting. And honestly, it's rare to find a bag that has a shoe compartment on the bottom that can also sort of help the bag self-stand. Sometimes these two things conflict. And again, this is sort of like a gym/work bag, and this shoe compartment is the biggest part of that. Because when you're going to the gym and you're in the city, you need somewhere for your gym shoes. So I got my number 9 Nikes. You see, I can slide them right in there. And they got a lot of room, dude. Like I could fit maybe 2 pairs of Nikes in there. That's a big shoe compartment. And shoes can often smell, and smelly and luxury backpacks don't always go hand in hand. So we have these points of ventilation right here. Allow your shoes to breathe, less likely to make your bag stink up. I'm gonna leave the shoes in there so we can talk about the main compartment in just a second. Top handle, again, using vegan leather trimmings. It's got a nice look to it. It's got a nice feel to it. On the flip side, we've got like this sort of rubbery texture with a nice squishiness and rebound to it. I do wish that maybe there was a bit more room to grab. You can see I'm 5'8", like I said, I don't have the biggest hands. So if you got bigger mitts, it might be harder to get underneath there. But sometimes these leather handles can be just really painful. So I love what Troubadour has done here is to where they've added this fabric that just makes it a much more comfortable carrying experience. Nice handle. Now let's talk about the main compartment. A lot to unpack here. First things first is that this is not really like a true clamshell style opening backpack. It really just, it's like a halfy clamshell, right? It's from here to here. And we have some compromising with opening the front. Now this is obviously not being helped by the fact my headphones are in here, so let's take those out. But regardless, this zipper is quite stiff, and therefore it does just kind of like make you weary of bending this open, because then you're putting pressure on this zipper, right? So if I had this bag for a long time, I'd kind of just be like, ugh, that worries me a bit. But if it doesn't worry you, you can see we're in the main compartment, and this is what we're looking at. On the front flap, we have 1, 2 zippered mesh pockets. I believe this is Darlington mesh. Nice elasticity to it, very luxurious feel. And then on the flip side, it's hard to see because it's a little dark in there, but you can see we got a bunch of organization going on. And I think it looks beautiful. So well designed. Laptop compartment, zippered pocket right here. We've got 1, 2 lining pockets with these leather pull tabs. Then at the very bottom, we got these sort of stretchy, meshy pockets with 2 pen holders. First things first, let's pack out the mini office. Starting with the tech compartment, which I love this microfiber material used right here. It's the same microfiber material used in the side pocket. Scratch resistant, makes me feel very comfortable and cozy, popping my 13-inch MacBook Pro in there. Got some padding, obviously, on the back side from the back panel. A little bit of padding here, enough just to give you that little extra peace of mind. And for a false bottom, I'd say this is one thing where the laptop compartment is slacking for me, is there's not really a false bottom. Some bags in this price range, they'll sort of elevate the laptop compartment to be slightly higher than the bottom of the bag, so when you drop your bag, the laptop is less likely to get damaged, but you heard what happened there as to where the bottom of this laptop is definitely basically touching the bottom of the bag. You do have some fabric here to help soften that blow, but just be careful if you're using the Troubadour Pioneer 3.0. not to slam the bag on the ground. I got a cutout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Also fits very nicely in there. And I think, as per the website, it says it can fit a 17-incher. This is our cutout of a Dell XPS 179700. And again, very nice. It's hard to find a bag that can fit a 17-inch laptop. You do have to sacrifice that false bottom, right? Because otherwise it might not fit. But for you 17-inchers out there, this should get the job done, which is very exciting. I got a new 17-inch laptop backpack recommendation. What's up? So this being a work/gym pack, I got a bunch of work/gym stuff. Travel adapter, throw it in the mesh compartment. It's been a long day. Up there, portable battery and a wire. Put that in this compartment, whatever I said earlier. Just making up words over here like I'm Billy Shakespeare. Flip it over, zippered pocket. Let's see, what would I put there? Will a book fit? So a little small for a book, a little small for a notebook too. Maybe if the moleskin goes this way, nope. But definitely a good spot for my portable power bank. Now in these smaller lining pockets, I'm gonna throw my AirPods, passport size notebook, pen in the pen sleeve. We'll throw my backup wired headphones, because you never know when you need a backup pair of wired headphones. They're the best for calls, they just are. And that bottom one, good. Now let's just talk about some problems that we're gonna start having. Now notice, I've taken the shoes out of here. Reason being, I'm trying to show you what this bag can fit in that little mini office, right? But the second you got shoes in this bag, that mini office is it's compromised. It's a much more difficult spot to sort of access. It's a backpack, it makes sense, there's limited room, everything's gonna be fighting for space with each other. But this is why I typically don't love like highly organizational areas in a backpack to be in the main compartment, right? Because your main compartment's usually pretty filled out. So let's say you're not even shoesing for the day, you're skipping gym day, it's a rest day. So you wanna load it out with some other stuff. We'll put some tech pouches, right, and a hoodie. And you can just see, when the main compartment gets filled out, that whole office and all these little things that you might want access to quickly, they get sort of in the way. Headphones on top. And looking at this capacity, yeah, I'd say it definitely is around 23 liters. I got it fully packed out. We still got some space here on the top if you wanna add anything to the base of the bag. And if not, you can close it on up. And one nice thing is that for the main compartment, these are in fact lockable YKK zippers. These two kiss and you can throw a lock on there and have an extra sense of security. And one last thing about the middle is on the side here, we have access to a compartment, but it's actually just the laptop sleeve. So it's in the main compartment, but it gives you another way to retrieve your laptop. I like this as a compromise because sometimes I just want fast access to my laptop. And when this main compartment is super packed out, I gotta like move crap around and try and get it. But this is just like, hey, laptop, it's right here, baby. It's right here. Don't worry about a thing. Let's just do a quick test with the 17-incher. Can it fit through here as well? No, it cannot. Not really. Just barely, kinda, sorta, maybe. That's probably not gonna work. So if you have a 17-incher and the bag's fully packed out, you're gonna have to go through the main compartment. But the 16-inch MacBook Pro, that does, in fact, work. Let's talk about the back of the Troubadour Pioneer Backpack 3.0. Starting with the shoulder straps. Now, I just wore this bag outside a few hours ago to do some C-roll, test the comfort out, and I gotta admit, I was pretty impressed. It had like a softness to it, like a soul to it, like a coziness to it. I enjoyed wearing it more than I thought I was going to. Reason being, we got some squishiness, some padding on here. Usually I like a little bit more structure in my shoulder straps, but I did find them quite comfortable. And that was also aided by a really cozy back panel that has some really nice back padding and some nice ventilation as well. But let's talk about something I'm not as crazy about, or at least I wasn't on the Apex backpack, which is this zippered pocket that expands and is advertised as a stowage location for your phone. So the gist is you're wearing the bag and you're doing one of these and you're like, I don't want to carry this thing, and it's terrible putting things in my pocket. I know not all English people sound like this. My dad's from Manchester, but that's all I can do is the posh British accent. So the goal is then you put your phone in here, zip it on up, and then it's kind of accessible, not in the hands, not in the pocket, and it kind of works, but it's not great. The reason it's not great is like phones are hard and bulky, and like these shoulder straps are like, I just complimented the shit out of them. They're so nice, but now the phone is like, this is not comfortable. Like this is just not a comfortable thing. If the quick access to your phone is very important to you, then maybe the convenience will outweigh the lack of comfort, but like I'm not enjoying this. And obviously it looks a little strange. You're trying to wear this luxurious, beautiful backpack, and then you got this like freaking Chewbacca looking thing. I don't even know what I'm going with that with Chewbacca, but you get what I'm saying. So overall, I like the idea. Execution works, but it's just not my favorite feature on this backpack. Why not is the question. And now that we have the bag on, let's talk about the comfort. Again, just really impressed with these shoulder straps. Love this lining material too. Just the bag feels luxurious, it just does. They found some really interesting fabrics. I hope that they last the test of the time. I can't really speak on that myself, but from this wear right now and from a few hours ago, big fan. Back panel feels good. I will say on the back panel that this part right here is noticeable. Not painful, but sometimes things that are noticeable are uncomfortable in their noticeability, if you get what I'm saying. Bottom of the shoulder strap, we got high quality nylon webbing right here with a little dangle stoppage system that works pretty well. I will say though, if you like to wear your bag really loose, there's only so much looseness you can acquire, but most of us out there, we're on team high and tight. That's the way a bag should be worn. And last, but certainly not least, let's talk about the luggage pass-through holder, which I think I'm gonna like. Oh yeah. Now, like I said, to make the luggage pass-through holder work, they got this fabric right there, which you kind of feel on your lower back when you're wearing the bag. Not painful, but noticeable. And then when you slide this on, we've got a very nice travel companion here because it's standing upright. A lot of these modern backpacks, they do the luggage pass-through this way and you gotta put the bag on the side and it sucks. This is the way the bag is supposed to be carried. Great suitcase companion. Extra room too to be able to maneuver in case the bag's extra packed out. Nice execution on that. Now, before we jump into the pros and the cons, if you're still here, I have a sneaking suspicion it's not for my terrible posh British accent, and is more so because you're just really into bags. And maybe you didn't even know you were into bags. And you're like, oh my God, I'm really into bags. And that's cool because, oh my God, so am I. And if that's the case, I wanna let you know that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do epic bag reviews, but we're like also at the forefront of the carry community. That's this world of bags that's exploding and revolutionizing right now. And the way that we stay at the forefront of that is through our Nomads Nation newsletter. In that newsletter, I bring you, 2, 3, 4 emails a week showing you the latest drops, the limited edition releases, industry gossip, everything that's happening in this incredible universe of bags. So if you want me to be your like reporter in the field for what's happening in the carry community, be sure to sign up for the Nomads Nation newsletter, which you can do by finding this globe emoji in the description below. I hope to see you in your inbox. Let's chat about the pros and the cons of the Troubadour Pioneer 3.0 backpack. Pro number 1, super luxurious materials and aesthetic. This bag just screams luxury. Pro number 2, gotta love the fact that it self-stands. And for pro number 3, I gotta say I like the side access, both to this adorable little pocket here and the side access to your laptop. But I also got some cons with this bag, and here they are. Con number 1 is a laptop compartment does not have the best false bottom. Con number 2 is sort of the difficulty opening and accessing the main compartment, especially when it comes to this zipper right there, just kind of infiltrates a little bit. And con number 3, while I appreciate the effort on the phone pocket, for me, it just, it doesn't work. But if you've made it this far, like I said, it's probably not for my British accent. It's probably because you are just enamored with this backpack, and I totally understand why. And just a reminder, if you are gonna make a purchase or you wanna find out more information, we highly recommend that you do so with the first link in the description. That's where you can get the best price, and if there's any discount codes, that's where they're gonna be. But if you're not quite sold, I got a couple other bags that might better suit your needs. Let's start with this one, the modern Dayfarer Backpack V2. Again, another gym bag, ventilated shoe compartment, but a little bit more of a meaner aesthetic. Maybe you're like, I actually don't want something as sophisticated as this. I want a little bit of grit in my bag. Modern Dayfarer is German made. I'm not gonna do my German accent right now. I really want to, but I won't. But it's one of my favorite EDC backpacks of all time. And alternative number 2 is another one of my favorite EDC backpacks of all time. It's the Aer Duffel Pack 3. Again, a gym backpack due to the shoe compartment on the bottom. But this one sort of opens like a duffel. So it's like this duffel meets a backpack. It's got a little bit more of like a urban, mysterious, subtle, with a little bit of meanness to it as well. So you can see you got a lot of options when it comes to urban gym bags. And to learn more about either of these bags, you can just watch these videos right here. If you got any questions about any bags, the Troubadour especially, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.